Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Anna Morphides here with Many Hearts Counseling, and in today's video we are going to talk about why it is never okay to label somebody else with words such as crazy, delusional, needy, whiny. It happens so often in relationships, and I've actually done a lot of research and asked a lot of masculine and feminine energies, men and women both, to see why do we resort to these types of words to be said to each other, and what is the driving force behind even doing so. And there's many different varieties of answers, but the overall consensus that I understood is when someone labels something or someone else in this case as crazy or delusional or needy or pathetic, it's almost like you're giving that person a label and therefore you don't have to deal with it. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're actually trying to accomplish by labeling that person as crazy, pathetic, delusional, whatever it might be. They actually don't want to deal with the situation, with a person, with the emotions. So therefore, if you label someone as such, it's justified. Well, she's crazy anyway, so why do I even have to deal with her? Oh, he's so pathetic, so why would I even go there? So the labels become a justification for not wanting to address or deal with or engage with that particular person or situation or whatever it might be. So then we go deeper into that. Why does a person not want to partake in that? And that could mean many different things for many different people. So some people actually don't like their partner to begin with. They don't want to be with their partner. They have figured that they don't really align anymore. They just are in a relationship just because it's comfortable or because maybe they have to. So therefore, when you consciously or subconsciously don't want to be with that person, it would make so much sense that you don't want to deal with what they bring forth. Therefore, by labeling them, you're justifying your actions, and all of a sudden it becomes okay. Other scenarios are perhaps you actually really want to be with this person, but you are emotionally not capable to do these types of conversations because you grew up in a household where your emotions were never held or allowed to be explored. Therefore, today you're emotionally immature, and that's totally okay. This is totally not a put down. It's just a legit explanation to why someone is so afraid of feelings. Therefore, when a person, so I'm working with this one particular couple, and it's usually like the wife that says, our marriage is always as good as I am. So if she's in a good mood, then the marriage is in a great place. If she's in a bad mood, and the chances that she's going to be in a bad mood out of all the emotions that we have, anger, disgust, fear, sadness, joy, well, guess what? It's 4 out of 5 that she's actually going to have challenging emotions, and she's going to be out of her window of tolerance and be explosive, because that's just part of our human nature. We feel emotions, and then we produce feelings, and then we express those. So if your partner is not able to hold you in those emotions, they're also going to call you those types of names too, because they don't want to deal with it. Maybe not because they don't like you, but they literally don't have the capability or the capacity, maybe even the willingness to do this, because we need 3 things in order to accomplish things. There has to be willingness, there has to be a capacity, and there has to be a capability. So even one out of those 3 out of the equation will produce someone that is not able to hold you in your emotions. So just be conscious of this, because when those types of labels are being said, if you're somebody like me that came from a anxious attachment type of style, because out of the 4 attachment styles, about 60% of people belong to the secure attachment, where they have a really high self-worth and their self-confidence is quite high. The rest of us have a really low self-worth. Therefore, the chances are that we're going to believe someone when they call us pathetic and crazy are pretty high up there. So this is a gentle reminder that it's not true. If you're someone with a low self-worth, therefore you're more easily accepting these labels about yourself, they actually have nothing to do with you, and it's everything about that person that's giving you those labels in the first place. Because they might really truly not want to be with you, and they're just either scared to exit a relationship, they're too comfortable, they're too attached to you because of their own traumas, or they literally just cannot hold you in your emotions because they are not emotionally mature enough to do so, or even capable for themselves, right? Because if you have spent your entire life not expressing emotion, that will manifest within yourself in a way that you're also not going to be capable to provide that for somebody else. It's the same as self-love. If you don't truly love yourself, that love can come to you. So I hope that this explanation of why names are being used in relationships so often and so common makes sense. So remember, it's a way for someone to justify not dealing with you, and then looking further into why do they actually not want to deal with you. Is it because they actually don't really want you? Or is it because they're just not emotionally capable of doing so? And then you can gain your power back, and you can remember that the only reason why you're accepting these names in the first place is because of your own attachment style as a child, and that's not necessarily true. If you have any questions, comment, concerns, as always, please do message me. I am so grateful for everything that I am experiencing with all of my viewers and my subscribers. It's slowly growing, and I couldn't be any more excited. And remember that everything is always happening for you. Even if someone is calling you names, that is actually a compass to something. Either you need to raise your self-worth and create stronger boundaries, or you need to have a discussion with your partner that maybe they need to explore their emotional maturity so they can hold in your emotions. You can make a request, right? All we can do is just make a request for something, and then they have the opportunity to say yeah or nay. Or maybe this person is actually truly deep down does not really want to be with you. Therefore, this will be a great way for you both to part. And remember, you never lose a relationship. You always just change it into something different, right? Like relationships can morph from romantic to platonic to whatever it is that might fit you more. It doesn't mean that you lose that person. It just means that you reform it into something more different and more beautiful and more serving to you and your purpose in this life. Because remember that everyone that comes into your life has a role and will help you to get to your soul's mission if you choose to look at the why things take place. Okay, until next time.